Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back. We'll continue with the same political science chapter 2, which we started in the previous video. And the lesson's name is India's Foreign Policy. So, children, let's revise what we learned in the previous video. Just a short revision, we learned about the foreign policy, what exactly is meant by foreign policy, and what are the importance of foreign policy. Then we learnt about national interest and how national interest and foreign policy are going hand in hand. Okay, now we are going to move ahead with the next topic, factors influencing foreign policy. Now children, factors influencing foreign policy. Foreign policy decides what kind of relation to have with which country in the international system. But several factors affect foreign policy while it is being decided. Now, there are some factors which are affecting this foreign policy. Now, what are these factors we are going to see? Now, foreign policy is what which decides what type of relation should we have with which countries in the international system. But there are some factors. First factor which is affecting the foreign policy or influencing the foreign policy is geographical location. Now children, you must have seen the globe or a map of the world. You can see the geographical locations of any nation from that. Some countries are far away from other countries, while there are several neighboring countries around some countries. Some nations have a long coastline, while some have plenty of mineral wealth. In some, the size, population, topography, coastline, availability of natural resources, all these factors need to be considered while deciding the foreign policy of any country. So now the first and the most prominent factor is the factor of geographical location. Now children, you must have seen when you look at the map or a globe, you will find that some countries are very much connected to each other and some are very much far away, or there's a lot of distance between two countries. So now depending on these geographical locations, there are foreign policies based, or points are included in such a way that the geographical location is also covered in it. Okay, now you must be wondering, why does the geographical location influence foreign policy? Okay, just a small example. Now for example, India has so many countries connected as neighbors. Okay, now depending on the relation between India with Pakistan, India with China, India with Nepal, or all these nations, we have a different background of every nation. So depending on that background, the foreign policy is made. Understood children? Okay, moving to the next factor is political system. Now, in a democratic political system, the nation's parliament plays a major role in involving foreign policy. When different aspects come up for discussion in parliament, the opposition party tries to regulate the foreign policy by raising question about the same. Federal political system have to take into account the inclinations of the constituent states while shaping foreign policy, because the affairs in neighboring nations affects constituent states. For example, events in Sri Lanka may affect Tamil Nadu, and those in Bangladesh may affect West Bengal and Northeast India. Now children, as you all know, India is a democratic country, and whatever happens in the parliament plays a very vital or a major role in involving foreign policy. Now here the opposition party tries to regulate the foreign policy by continuously raising questions and asking the questions which were the framework of foreign policy to the ruling party. Okay, because they want that these things, see, it's the work of the opposition party to always keep the ruling party on toes. Okay, So that is why here political system is also very important. Moving to the next factor, it is economy. In modern times, the economic conditions of any country has acquired great importance in deciding foreign policy. As a result, the economy impacts foreign policy in two ways. Okay, now children, in nowadays in the modern times, we see that the economic condition of any country has acquired great importance in deciding the foreign policy, and hence these economic impacts of foreign policy are in two ways. Now, what are these two ways we are going to see? Firstly, or the first way is foreign policy is shaped by the need to establish economic relations with other countries. Import export, participation in world trade, all aimed at strengthening the economy of the country. Now, the basic thing or the basic motive of economy is to establish a firm foot on the international market, or in the terms of trade, import export, international trade. So the main aim is of strengthening the economy of their own country. Okay, so that is why foreign policy is shaped by the need to establish economic relations with other countries. It may be of importing goods from other countries or exporting from our country to other countries. Then a good participation in world trade. Okay, now when you have trade relations with many countries, automatically children, the economy of our country is developed. Then, so these all factors are affecting the strengthening of economy of the country. So this is the first way. Now the second way is, in today's world, the issues of economic security are as important as national security. Okay, now economic security is also very important, same as national security is important. A country is recognized to be powerful in proportion to the economic security it enjoys. Countries having a strong economy are less dependent on others, and they can have an independent foreign policy as well. Now, children, if the economy of the country is strong, automatically the country remains strong. So, now if the economy is powerful, the country is powerful. So, if you see, the issues of economic security are also very important. Nowadays, you must have heard this word GDP and all these things. Why we are talking about all these things? Because these are affecting the economy of the country. The country is recognized to be powerful in proportion to economic securities it enjoys. If it is economically strong, automatically the country remains strong. And the countries which are economically strong, you will find that they are less dependent on other countries. They don't need to depend for many things on other countries. They can have it, or they are independent, and they can have an independent foreign policy as well. The next factor is national leadership. The president, the prime minister, the foreign ministers, the defense minister, the finance minister, and the home minister have a role in deciding foreign policy. Now, see, all of these together come together, sit together, discuss, and then they decide what actually the foreign policy can be. The persons holding these positions try to maintain the continuity in foreign policy and to improve upon them. Now, see, as we saw that foreign policy is always dynamic. So, as the need of the nation, or as we want the developments, etc., we want the country to move in a particular direction, then the foreign policy is decided accordingly. Hence, you can say that these people, those who are holding the position of president, prime minister, ministers, defense minister, etc., etc., all these ministries come together, sit and decide the foreign policy. Okay, now for example, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru contributed the policy of non-alignment to India's foreign policy. You remember, we have learned about this. Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee contributed a great deal to improving Sino-India relations. Okay, so these are the two examples how national leadership also contributes in foreign policy. The next factor is the administrative factor. Now, Ministry of External Affairs, Foreign Secretary, embassies in different countries, diplomatic officers, etc., are the administrative factors involved in creating foreign policy. Now, see, these are the panels, or you can see various ministries which are involved in creating the foreign policy. Even though the final decision about foreign policies are taken by the Prime Minister and the Minister of External Affairs. Now, see, even though the discussions may be made by the other ministries, but final decision is always taken by the Prime Minister and the Ministry of External Affairs, because children, Ministry of External Affairs are much more aware about the relations with other countries, or what actually is the need of our country and what type of relations we can have with the other countries, because these external ministries, the external affair ministries, deal with all of these things, and hence they are more aware about it. The administrative machinery helps to arrive at that decision. The administrative officers collect information needed to shape the foreign policy, analyze it, and give appropriate advice based on it. The National Security Advisor also complete this task. Now, see children, this is not a single person or a few people coming together and discussing something and then finalizing the foreign policy. You can see that the whole system is involved in forming the foreign policy or making the foreign policy, because we need to know, or we need to take into consideration all the aspects and then finally decide what exactly is the need of the nation, or what exactly we can put in the foreign policy. Hence, the administrative officers collect information needed to shape the foreign policy, then they analyze it and then give appropriate advice based on it, and then the national security advisors complete the task of framing the foreign policy. I hope you all have understood the factors influencing the foreign policy. So for today we'll stop here. We have completed the factors influencing foreign policy. Now the next topic which is remaining is India's foreign policy. So we'll be completing it in the next part. Okay children, so for now you can go through the video thoroughly. If you have any doubt in word meanings, you can find it on your own, or else you can join the DCS. Thank you. Have a nice day.